Good evening, good afternoon, good day. It's kind of dark. I always forget something, and it's usually my lights. Hope everyone's doing well today. Happy Tuesday. Hope you had some tacos, because it's always Taco Tuesday. You're able to get tacos. So here we are at Alpena, getting ready to make a practice flight into Oshkosh. We're going to go up and over to the Straits of Mackinac, touchdown in Escanaba, touchdown on Beaver Island, and then make our way to Oshkosh. Not running live weather because it's really bad. It's really bad. So got a decent approximation, enough to satiate the interest of inclement weather. So I hope you're all doing well. Viper Strike's in the chat, good to see you. Wayland Yutani, hello, hello. Kozaki's here, great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Draco's off to get some food, but we'll hopefully be back shortly. Awesome. Scorpio49 is here. Good evening to you. Shuffle Shoes, hello, hello. I'm doing well. How are you? Old Veterans here. Good to see you. Abnormal34, good to see you as well. New Spawns is here. Good evening. Leftovers Tuesday? Ooh, well, hopefully the leftovers are good. Many day working at work. Nice. It's not represented all that well in the sim, but it works. I got the dots for Oshkosh. I did post some scenery that actually adds the proper terminal building and some other things. It's not perfect, but it does a decent enough job. Papa Joe B is here. Good to see you. But I did see the dots add-on for for Oshkosh. I do not have that one though. Scorpio, we've had great hot weather here in Ireland, dude. Nice. It's been rainy for over the last week here. A lot of thunderstorms. Got woken up this morning by a lightning strike real close by. Papa Joe B is here. Well, I'm sure it is, old veteran. One day we'll have to sample the goods. Just did your first VOR flight from Louisiana CBG. Nice. Dougal McTavish is here. No worries, Dougal. I'm just glad you're here at all. Building an ark. You might need it with the way it's been raining. Botup is here. Good to see you as well. So, we are in the Coronado 182T. Something a little faster than a 172, but not silly fast. Because we can have all the fun in the world flying the classic stuff once we actually get a legit community fly-in for Oshkosh plan. But for now, this shall work out quite well. So we're going to get this thing going. Turn that down a wee bit. That. Turn on the beacon. Fuel pump. Primed. That is correct, Dougal. There. Props full. Mixture full. Throttle cracked. And mags both clear. Prop. Got a good start. Awesome. Gonna turn our nav lights on. Taxi lights on. Two-Tone Murphy is here. Good to see you, dude. Turn our avionics on. See Alpina there. Got it on track up mode. And get rid of the inset. Alright, so we're good to go for the most part. So let's head to the runway and get this party started. Valve flaps open. Got a Seminole, we got a Mooney. I know that there's at least another 182. Roger that, Noel. Like the program is here. Good to see you. No worries. Just glad to have you along in the chat. Scorpio, no, it's way too bad. I've got a modified version of the Weather Preset Pro Scattered Storms. So it's Weather Preset Pro Building Storms, but I tweaked it a little bit. Stopped up there. CDI adjusted. Set cruise altitude for 2,500. And off we go. Nice, Goblin. Center line as best as we can. No need for flaps. kind of see the what's left of a military presence there. Some housing and stuff. There's helicopter ops right off the tail. National Guard, yep, that makes sense. So I would almost consider this marginal VFR. It's nice in some spots, not so much in others. And it seems like most everybody's up, so we're going to go ahead and activate the autopilot by doing the crisscross arm thing. Good day. Nice. Hey, Joey Bolo, how you doing, dude? Yeah, they're known to happen. I think that guy picked up a little bit of tree limbs on that dive. Alright, we're gonna drop the RPMs back a bit. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Flying up in northern Michigan on our way to Oshkosh. Our first stop will be at Beaver Island. We're going to fly over Sheboygan, check out the Mackinac Bridge, and then from Beaver Island, we'll go over up to the UP, down to Escanaba. Then from Escanaba, we'll make our way down to Oshkosh. I believe it's the one with the C. I think the one with the SH Sheboygan is the in Wisconsin, because there are two. I think Michigan gets the CH one. Yeah, we get the CH one. So SH is over in Wisconsin. I think I got everything. Hope everyone's enjoying their day today. Let's see, there's Dougal and Wayland and Mooney's. Viper Strike all the way ahead. Got Kozaki coming up. Scorpio's over there. Thought we saw Mart in the MB339 at one point. Paperwork. Isn't paperwork just the most exciting thing in the world? Look at that. Probably not weather I would personally fly in the real world, but that's a wonderful thing about flight sims. Flight sim is a wonderful thing. Nothing about it's made out of rubber, and the tail isn't made out of a spring. Are we off course, or am I? If you follow the flight plan, we're not doing a direct to. So we're taking a bit of a tour of up and over through the Straits of Mackinac. So it's not a direct route, Doodle. Had to restart Canada, not working. Well, on autopilot, don't know why. Huh. Seems to be working fine for me. That's odd. No. It's Mackinac. And the only thing that's Mackinac is Fort Michilimackinac at the southern base of the Mackinac Bridge. Hopefully not 3-hour tour. Yeah, hopefully. Route. The route. I can't roll R's. I can't roll R's in general, let alone as well as Seamus does. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Weather started getting rough? Yeah. Live weather is not pretty up here. I mean, you can't see anything. Not a single luxury like Robinson Crusoe, primitive as can be. I think so. I looked at Meteo Blue, who is actually the provider for the flight sim weather. It ain't pretty. And I loaded up here and it was not great. It was not great at all. It'll the song will leave my head at some point. I don't know when, but and I was late to school more than once because of Gilligan's Island. Yeah. Yeah, we had some pretty nuts thunder here where I'm at this morning. And I looked at the radar. It's all over the place up there. I mean, it's pretty bad. I can go for the sunny, the hot, not so much. It's a Dougal McTavish. Yeah, that's something I need to get in the habit of doing myself, is going for walks and stuff. So far, lately, my biggest reintroduction to workouts has been sim racing. And I did a lot of it over the weekend. I did a race at Spa. I did 2 races at Monza. I did a lengthy practice session at Red Bull Ring. And then I did some testing last night in the Assetto Corsa Competizione in the rain at a few different tracks. I think I tried Zolder, Monza, and Spa. So arms have been getting quite the workout over the last few days. Goodness. Nice break in the clouds. Oh, that Mustang butter. Yeah, how's it going? Like the FRS 5000 or something? 500? I have to sit in front of all day. I gotta do something before I sit. Fair enough, DC. I hear you there. So you can see Lake Huron off, coming in closer. Right off, there's a shoreline right there. I'm going to put us close to Sheboygan. Yep. So we're getting close. So I think Sheboygan's right about here. Got Boy Blank Island, Mackinac Island's up here. A bit. Now, speed comes with practice. Yeah, probably most of the night at least. Between Gilligan's Island and I think either Bewitched or the Munsters made me late for school on more than one occasion in middle school. Classic TV. I want to go up to the lake sometime, hit Cedar Point. Well, it's definitely 2 different lakes. There's nothing special about Lake Erie. It's Lake Erie. See, it does have Cedar Point. That's always a blast. It's been years since I've been to Cedar Point. And it's been eons since I've been to Mackinac Island. I'd love to go to Mackinac Island again. Going over the bridge is great though, and visiting Sioux Locks, Tequamanon Falls. That's all a grand time. At one point in time in history, Lake Erie was actually on fire because it used to be the most polluted of the Great Lakes. I've never been to Put-in Bay or Kelly's Island, but I've heard many good things about both. I heard Pudding Bay. Big steel mills, chemical plants, Cleveland, yeah. I smell BS is now following it. Well, many thanks, dude. Very clever name you got there. Hope you're doing well. We're on our way. We took off from Alpena, Michigan. We're heading up past Sheboygan. Gonna check out the Mackinac Island. The Mackinac Bridge. We'll see Mackinac Island. And then we'll make our way to Beaver Island. Good evening, Kingsman. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're staying safe. Hope all is well in the pool. Lots of trees. It's one of the wonderful things about northern Michigan is trees everywhere. There's Lake Huron. Sunrise over Lake Huron in the cloudage. We've got a Dougal. When I visited Liverpool, we stayed in this old hotel that definitely had seen better days. Oh dear. I gotta get to Liverpool sometime. You know, for reasons and such. But it was right near the Lime Street station and docks. Nice. All the fancy people that were getting on the Titanic stage. Boy, what an auspicious way to start a trip. Look at that. Titanic Hotel in Liverpool? Did they actually call it the Titanic Hotel, or did they have like a different name for it? Look at all those trees. You could just go up here and camp. And hunt. And he's spending At the moment, not so much. It's just the wonderfulness of that is Michigan's natural beauty. I think we're just flying past Black Lake. Coming up, we'll have Mullet Lake. So up here is Mullet Lake, and we'll pass by Sheboygan, which is right around here. There's something to be said for staying in old hotels. Used to stay in the Reed House in Chattanooga, Grand Oak Hotel. Nice. White Star Line had its head office in Liverpool. Nice. Let's see. We're about to fly over Hoffman's Black Mountain Aerodrome, 2 Mike 7. According to Sky Vector. Hello, Flash of Lightning. That airstrip is right in this area. This way you can start to see Boys Blank Island, or Boy Blank Island. Then further north, west of Boy Blank Island is Mackinac Island, which we can't see because of precipitation. Sheboygan. Is there kind of war game about this town and some monsters? Not that I know of. 100% Kingsman. So we're gonna fly over the lake a bit. I was in a lovely old town in Copenhagen. Nice. And there's also 2 Sheboygans. This one's with a CH. There's another Sheboygan in Wisconsin that has an SH. Starts with an SH. I'm so hoping for Europe in 2023. Yeah. I'd like to go to Europe before, I'm not here anymore. I don't have a specific timetable. There's Dougal. There's Mullet Lake. Pilot Peely is here. How you doing, dude? Sorry I missed your inaugural stream on Sunday. I had other obligations that I needed to take care of, but I hope it went well, my friend. So Pilot Peely has just started his foray into streaming over on YouTube. Be sure to check him out over there and give him some love and attention, because that's what we do. You have a lot longer than... I don't hedge my bets, but I appreciate your optimism, Scott. I try to never take a day for granted. Joey Bolo is hosting the stream. Many thanks, my dude. I went okay. I had a crash. Oops. I thought I had to get that out of the way for stream. Hey, what a way to make an entrance, right? Yeah, it's always important to make a first impression whenever you're doing something. So having a crash into the ground, perfect way to have a, first impression. Be like, okay, we got it out of the way. Now we're gonna move forward. Yeah, tell me about that. That's an ongoing battle. 100%. Oh, Scott, 100%. So there is the town of Sheboygan. The town's right here, and slightly off to the west is the airport. Sheboygan with a CH. There's Boy Blank Island. Fun note about Mackinac Island, the Grand Hotel on the island was one of the major filming sites for the movie Somewhere in Time, starring Christopher Reeve and the lady that played Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, I think. Not a movie I remember, but it involved time travel. It's a romantic movie. Not necessarily my gig, but I remember bits and pieces. No worries about that, Pilot Peely. Sometimes I forget to unmute myself, and sometimes OBS likes to change the audio input, so don't feel too bad about that. Yeah, in like the best possible way ever, DC. James Seymour. The creature that ate Sheboygan, Wisconsin worked. Aha! Peely, no. This is just my racing wheel. I just leave it set up because it's a pain in the butt to take down and put back up and take down and put back up. So I just leave it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I need to get it back up there. A buddy of mine and his girlfriend went up there, I don't know, within the last couple of months, and it was a pretty cool experience. Yeah. You're not wrong, DC. I'm happy with what I have. It'd be nice to get a setup to where I could have my racing wheel, my shifter, and then have another one for my flying stuff, and just be able to swatch them out. But you know, like you said, they're not cheap, and I don't have that kind of money. So there's Sheboygan and Dougal. We got Druid off in the distance doing the direct route. Yeah, same Dougal. Time or money, space, and you know, because it would be nice to, you know, just not have a hassle, just move everything. As it is, I've got it, my setup is nice to where all I have to do when I want to go from racing to flying is swap out my pedals. So I can just put my rudder pedals off to the side, bring in my racing pedals, and I'm good to go. It's just really awkward flying Cessnas with the joystick. I said Razor Fruits. They have Hard Day's Night Hotel. Oh, nice. Roger that, Goblin. I see you off in the distance. You're coming our way. So I guess we'll get to see the bridge and hopefully the island in a slightly dramatic fashion, with the weather being the way it is. There's Bottet, Wayland, Papa Joe B, Kozaki, Kingsman's here. Good to see you in the air. We've got Scorpio. There's Druid, Dougal, Viper Strike up ahead. I think that's all of us. So that's Boy Blank Island. Ah, see, there's Mackinac Island right here. Now, unfortunately, the scenery, the autogen scenery on there kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I'd love to see somebody renovate that, like Orbix or somebody. Just renovate the whole island. It would be amazing. Mackinac City, which is right over here, could really use some help too. Yeah. See, I wouldn't mind seeing Jeppesen get a partnership with Orbex, because his quality is, you know, up there with the best of them. My fan's in the way. Tried. Woo, that was close. Here. All right. We're about to make our first turn as we check out. So the Grand Hotel is somewhere in this vicinity, and the main town of the island's here. They have an airport on this side of the island, which is actually where I made my first landing in the DC-6 from PMDG. I flew from KAZO, made my way up north, landed in really crappy weather, and landed on Mackinac Island. And there is the bridge itself. So, fun story. Last August, it made the news. Someone a Coast Guardsman was in a small boat in the Straits of Mackinac, and recorded a video of a pilot flying under the bridge, which there's about 200 feet clearance under the tallest part, or the highest point of the curve of the bridge. But a little plane decided to fly right underneath it, made the news. As far as I know, they still haven't found him. Yeah, the Mackinac Island is, or the Mackinac Bridge is 5 miles long from main anchor point to main anchor point. What in the world are these? I mean, it's been since August, and the Michigan State Police haven't found him, the Coast Guard hasn't found him, so you have a good one, Peely. Good to have you along for as long as you could. What in the world is up with this? Soba, what are you doing? The Mackinac mystery boxes. You can see the flashing lights on top of the bridge so that pilots can see them and avoid them. You don't have those boxes. Why do I have the boxes then? Texas Law Dog 80 is now found. Many thanks, dude. Two Cats is here. Good evening to you. Well, I took a picture of the boxes because that's weird. Viper says he has them too. Interesting. The Mackinac Mystery Box. So, down at the base here is Fort Michilimackinac. There's the city of Mackinac City. And then on the north side up here is St. Ignace. Or, well, that's more up here. There's an airport up here as well. Yeah! You got that right, Tio. That's something. I'm doing pretty good, Texas Law Dog. I hope you're doing well. Many appreciate... why do I do that? Many thanks for the follow. I do appreciate it. I can't words good. Made a pass under the bridge. There's 200 feet of clearance from the bottom of the bridge to the surface of the water, which doesn't. In some, 200 feet is relative on how big it is. You know, a ship going underneath 200 feet's a lot. Plane, it's still not awful. Drunken Simming is now following. Many thanks. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. Texas Law Dog is in South Houston. Nice. Freighters, yeah. And the title changes like 3, yeah. Hope you're doing well, Drunken Simming. It's relative, Goblin. It's relative. I mean, 200 feet's a lot more than, say, a bridge in the middle of a city. Now, 200 feet's a lot of clearance in somewhere like that. Yeah, I mean, 200 feet for what it's needed, it's where it needs to be, considering that, big ships need to get underneath it, and they have plenty of clearance. Chilled Corky is in the house. Did I miss Chilled Corky? Hello, Chilled Corky. I'm sorry I missed. Oh, there you are. Joining at Beaver? Roger. I apologize for almost missing your chat. We have called the Mercy Gateway Bridge. Nice. Airlock Doc is now following. Many thanks, dude. Hope you're well. Took a series and was flying through the Grand Canyon. Nice. That's a good flight. Yeah, 186 foot under the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in Maryland. Guy flew a Corsair under our bridge on the 4th. A few years back, he paid a huge... Yeah, I believe it. So where are we? This is the... Oof. Waugoshanse Point. Good luck with that one. Waugoshanse Point. Which is why I'm guessing it's Waugoshanse. Oh, and just south of, southwest of Mackinac City is French Lake. So this area was really popular with the French fur traders, the French fur trade way back in the day. So there's a lot of French influence in this part of Michigan, and even especially the further north you go. Duo, we are landing at Beaver Island. Kilo Sierra Juliet X-Ray. We're probably just going to do a straight on landing on runway 27, I'm guessing. I thought he'd be brave and took the air trike into the canyon as well. The wind was psycho wicked. I was like, yeah, the wind will take that thing and just kind of go wee with it. There's a lady in Cincinnati who got caught. She had to surrender her license. Yeah. Verrazano Bridge in New York has 230 foot at mean high tide. Michigan also the home of one of the... Yes! General George Armstrong Custer, of whom which is a distant relative of mine, or distant ancestor. Yay. That's a great history and lineage. It was a French colony a long time. Yeah. So for a long time, Mackinac Island specifically was under control of the French. Then the British took it over at one point. And then it got handed over to the U.S. when we were a thing. And we used it as a POW camp back in the Civil War, I believe, which is a heck of a way, or a heck of a distance. Weren't allowed up there. Yeah. Potawatomi, you know, you name it. There's a lot of different tribes up here. A lot of English town names in the U.S. Oh, yeah. Dennis G is here. Good to see you. I think Cadillac was a French Duke or something. Also a car. There was a Confederate POW camp in Columbus, too. That makes sense. Foo with the 5-month Tier 1 sub. Many thanks, dude. Hope you're well. I'm wearing the hattage. See, they chose it because of this thing here. Exactly. Good to hear you doing good, Foo. How was your trip to Cedar Point this past weekend? Hope that went well. And even more difficult to liberate, yeah. Rained out, well that sucks. As long as fun was had, that's all that matters. Oh, then Texas Law Dog, you are in the right place, my friend. I'm big into history myself. I do a little bit of World War II reenacting from time to time. Granted, it's been, you know, a year. I know that Scott has done some sort of reenacting of, I believe, Civil War. So, yeah, I love history. Dude, it was the day after tomorrow started. Yeah, I believe it. It's been nuts weather-wise in the Michigan, Ohio, Great Lakes region. Although one of the best things to do is like get on the fast coasters when it's after doing one of the water parks, because then it helps dry you off faster. That's kind of been us here in where I'm at, Law Dog. It's just been rain. It'll go from sunshine, rain, sunshine, rain, sunshine, rain, and it's like pop-up storms. It's nuts. Sabaton for history metal music. Yeah, Sabaton's really good. I got to ride one coaster. It literally got shut down. Oh no. But I think that's what I think Scott does cowboy. Me, I'm just a reenactor for World War II, so it's not really a competition or anything. Jeez. Talk about cutting it close, Foo. It's kind of like in racing. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I bet you would have too. You just stand there just out of spite. Like, I'm gonna ride this roller coaster whether you like it or not. Single action shooting society. Aha. I gotta get up to the point where I can forget what roller coasters are. I was in the qual line before you, so you shall have to wait. I think that is our airport there. And according to the charts, that confirms it. Replica single action army that shoots 22 long rifle. Yeah, it's a neat little gun. I want to get something like that, but in like 357. I don't have any revolvers. I'd like to get a wheel gun. I'd like to get a lever gun. Ooh. The old Peacemaker. If you're gonna get something like that, go to 4470. That's kind of along the lines I'm thinking. I'd really like to get a replica of the Quigley Down Under gun, which is 45-110. That's a beast of a round. I mean, 45-70 is nothing to sneeze at, but 45-110, ooh. You're gonna reach out and touch somebody with that bad boy. Right on. That makes sense. Beamed Up Bobby is now following. Many thanks, dude. When I was a kid in the early 80s, our next door neighbor was an ex-German Luftwaffe mechanic in North Africa during World War II. He was captured in North Africa and remained in the U.S. afterwards because his hometown was under Soviet control. Good choice. Not a Soviet control, not something I'd want to live under. Yeah, Goblin, your gun laws over there are weird. Good for long range shooting, but not. No. Yeah, no. Yeah. I always thought that was weird. It's just like, why am I going to spend, so much money on an air gun or a BB gun or whatever when I could just get the real thing? Not have to pretend. So that is Hog Island. That's Hog Island right there. And that is Garden Island out there. It is cheaper to shoot, but Oop, there's Dougal. Alright. Some folks do it here, dude. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Potato gun. I've always wanted a potato gun because that would just be fun. Alright, so we're on track to there, so we're going to want to go to heading mode. Sync. And heading so we can get a better approach. The ammo situation's getting better though, Scott. It's getting better. It's not perfect, but it's getting better. KSJX replicators outcome was in Japan, then realized it was bring it back to the States in like 6 months. Oops. Nice. Cold Python. Fair enough, Scott. I guess for the more common rounds, it's a little different situation. The autoloader rounds. I got to shoot a bit after it. At least that wasn't heck. Well, that's good. Draco says, Roger that, Draco. gonna go ahead and start reducing power. And we're gonna go ahead and turn off AP. 9x19 is yeah. 22 kind of goes up and down. He ended up working for Southwest Airlines and did work on Fifi. Nice. And good friends as he didn't have the kids, which are yeah, if I could go with him and all three of us, I was able to. Wow. That's awesome, dude. I was on 10-minute 40 cal down here in Southern Cali. I love my G20 too much not to keep it fed. Fair enough, yeah. I got a G22. Yeah. I got stuff. I feel bad for you being out in Cali and having that stuff, though. You have my sympathy. Friends to do this, ha. That's big amateur for the. Yeah, I gotta focus on landing so I don't bin it into the ocean. Or the not really ocean. The could be an ocean. Lake. DC! DC with the distraction bits. Many thanks, DC. 40 cal from our north stuff, shoot 45 long cold with round stuff. Nice. And we're on glide slope, which is good. One notch of flaps. Can't go wrong with a lever gun. A little low on the glide slope, but we'll make it work. Down safe. Alright, so we're down good. Might change up the weather a little bit for the next leg. Parked up here. Going to avionics off. That's the prop, not the mixture. Mixture. Here comes Kozaki in. Alright, and runway 27 is open for landings. I love having that little bitty 380 to slip into a pocket on my way out the door when it's too hot to wear something that will cover my shield. Fair enough. I use a 45 and 100 called Wild. There's Scorpio and Dougal, as well as Papa Joe. The lightning helped will hide me for right now. Ooh, we got a Piper Arrow with us. That's Druid. Aloha shirts for the win. Wayland's off. You have a great one. Glad you could come along for a little bit. And we'll catch you next time, Wayland. Ooh, we got an Islander. Kingsman and the Islander, very nice. There's Bot up in the Mooney. I believe that is it. Look at that. This is a nice little island. Look at that. Look at just the rain shafts. It's so cool. No worries, Dougal. Glad to have you along as long as you could. You take care of yourself and we'll catch you next time. You stay safe and take care of yourself, Dougal. Papa Joe B is also off. You have a great one as well, and we will catch you next time. Yeah. So good. So, that said, we're going to reload the sim. Load in the next leg of the flight plan. Might adjust the weather just a little bit, make it a little nicer. As we cross the remainder of Lake Michigan on our way to Escanaba. And then onwards to Oshkosh. I've been running my dad's 6-hour P229 and 40. It was a service pistol, that was 3 vet and USPD. Nice. I've got a Coastie buddy that his service weapon was a P229 in 40. Escanaba in the moonlight. I guess I can turn the iRacing command off since I'm not in that right now. All right, that's good. I was just that the Coastie's got to carry 6, so we were stuck with the M9. But Aki never liked 40. For almost 35-year-old weapon, it still runs smooth. Nice. Carried HK USP 40 for years. Then my last year at the department went Glocks and forced me to get one. Was not happy a camper. That's fair, Kozaki. Kane Lafford is in. Good to see you, dude. See, there are plenty of good points for 9mm. There's plenty of good points for 45. 40's kind of that nice middle ground. Even, you know, a lot of people criticize it because it's just a cut down 10mm. It's not wrong, but it didn't have the over penetration that was the problem with the 10mm. Yeah, DC, that's exactly it. There you go, Texas Law Dog. I've had the privilege to fire a Smith & Wesson Model 29 in 44 Magnum. Boy, that's a fun thing. That's a trip. It's not the 6-inch Dirty Harry gun, but it's darn close. And Glocks are, I mean, they function and they do what they're supposed to do, but they're just kind of meh. Around 124 grain plus BHSTs and my MMPs. Nice. When they say kicking the arse, they mean it. Yeah, for practice ammunition, DC, I've kind of stuck with 124 grain as much as I can. Depending, it all really depends on what's available nowadays. There you go. Yeah, I think revolver ammo's kind of getting. I think right now it's harder to find than autoloader, so rimless or center fire, I guess. So rimmed cartridges are kind of hard to find. I wonder. I can put links and stuff. There's a special part of my Discord channel just for guns and stuff that I can add you to. Only trade the Xbox. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Coming quickly. Use a spare 90mm cylinder for my Ruger. Nice. Friends 45 long cut Ruger loads are more reliable than factory loads. Well, you gotta. I think it's the difference between something that's being factory done and somebody that's actually, taking the care to do it and do it well. Yeah, 357 mag. Is it? I have old school Smith & Wesson 686 with a 6-inch barrel is the gun I wanted to shoot with. Nice. I guess it is. I don't know why I thought that it was rimmed cartridge. Oh well. Beaver Island to Delta County. I'm gonna change up the weather just to be a little bit nicer. Power that is to say you. Frojal's good. I've used Freedom munitions and they're pretty good. Winchester white boxes, I've used it for training ammo. Never had a problem with Federal. Yeah. Oh, why is it underneath? Crap. Texas Law Dog subbed with Prime. Many thanks, dude. Means an awful lot because you only get one Prime subscription per month and you decided to use it on me, so I'm very much appreciative of it. Appreciative. I think Federal also makes the extra, yeah. Ooh, 8mm mouse, yeah. Alright, so we're here on the ramp, ready to go on the next leg. So we're going to goes on, beacon goes on. Quiet, you. Quiet! Stop with the incessant dinging. Alright, feels good. Mixture rich, prop full. There. And good. Prop. TDI transponder, which I forgot to do at all my the last leg. Have light strong strokes. So I'm just gonna do that because reasons. Get those on. Inset off. EFD synthetic fit. Alright. Let this be going. 300 blackouts today. I think it's still kind of a thing. .308's 308's very good. Okay, so we're over here. You'll pardon me and forgive me if I kind of cut in line just a little bit. Got a Bonanza with us. There's Viper in the SR-22. Oh, bot up landing in the Mooney. And let us be going. I've only seen him in the chat. I have not seen him in the air. Yeah, it was a 40-nut job right before he passed away last year. About 5,000 rounds. Well, if you're looking to get rid of it, I know somebody. Okay. There is the Murph himself. Scenery and aircraft installed. Busy night in here watching and listening to the track. Huzzah! Well, glad you're still here. I think Murph's just making up excuses to fly the DC-6. I'm installing new scenery and aircraft, and I'm totally not flying the DC-6. You see through your ploy, Murph. It's okay if you fly the DC-6 and tell us. No, neither do I. DC-6 is amazing. Winchester 870 12 gauge pump gun, the override shotgun. Ooh. Ha. So the yet another PA-28 imminent for release, I'm guessing. Not to mention somebody released a Yak, like a civilian Yak training plane thing or job recently that didn't hear of until it got released. I got a shotgun 16 gauge, some sort of H Fox S&S side by side. Alright, so we're all up in the air. Learning to fly to... Yeah, they are. So far, I've kind of got a hang on it using the AFE, but I've not really delved too much into actually learning the systems yet. I probably should, but even using the AFE, I'm happy for right now. When I was going through the police academy in '82, they were phasing out the old 870s, allowed the recruits to purchase one. Nice. Draco is loading in. Roger that. We're just starting the en route. We're still over the airport. You can see it has a couple of grass strips, one going this way, one going that way. It does, Goblin. It really does. The gyro pilot is really, really handy. So we wave farewell and farewell and see you next time to Beaver Island as we cross Lake Michigan on our way to Escanaba. Sure, all this is hunky-dory. Manifold pressure before RPM. Okay, that's good. We're at altitude. Air pressure's fine. Lights are on. We're golden. Yes, Draco. We just left SJX. Roger that, Texas. Keep an eye out for you. Close up all flaps. Here's a little extra aerodynamics. See Noel K, Bought It, Chilled Corky, Kozaki, Scorpio, True Zeus, and Kingsman. I know that Viper Strike's up ahead. Look at that. Wouldn't that be just a nice beach to just chillax at? This whole island, there's nothing here. Nothing but trees. Go there and get lost and, live there and get away from everybody and stuff. Wouldn't that be something? Feels like 36:67 and it's about to start. I think I'm best for them to walk away. Fair enough. Roger that, Noel. We're not getting too far away, so no worries. So, Murph, slight bone to pick. You didn't put your intro song on your playlist, but I found it anyway. Because that was a really cool song flying over Chicago last night. It really fit the bill. But it's also a good song to make a racing video out of. Just saying. Need to go down to Wildcat Hollow and do some hiking. Sounds like fun. Stupid day job, you right? Edmondson. Yeah, man, Texas Law Dog. Search Colfork, Colfork, it's Colonel Fork, without the number, and that's my in-sim tag. Feel free to add me. Yeah, let's see. What's the current METAR for... straight from aviationweather.gov. 29th day at 1953 Zulu. Winds are 250 at 9 knots, 10 statute miles visibility. Few clouds at 10,000 feet. Temperature is 30. Dew point of 22. Altimeter is 3014. Yeah, that's not too bad. Warm. Warm and sticky. That's what I'm getting out of this. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Not exactly cozy weather. You had an interview last night. So, DC, interview. It got canceled the morning of. I got a call at like 9 o'clock saying, hey, we already filled the position. We don't need you. Kind of started the downhill slope of my weekend. My weekend sucked. Except for Sunday. Sunday was good. Sunday I got to play D&D. PDX is down to 29C according to the... Oh, is that all? Like, my comfort range as far as temperature is in like the mid-60s Fahrenheit. It's warm enough to where I can wear shorts, I can dress comfortably, but then I can still do, you know, work, get warm, and not be miserable. Once it hits like 75 plus, I start just getting miserable existing. Type of weather system moving through here. It's soggy. Ooh. 21 and sunny. Oh, that's nice and comfy. I saw a TSS. OSU at 33C. It's a little warmer than here. I'm still uber proud of myself that I managed to, sorry, Viper, navigate my way to KOSU from Three Rivers Municipal Airport, KHAI, by VOR, no magenta line, just strictly using VOR navigation. Because the teachings of Fabio, I'm so proud of myself I was able to do that. Yeah. Yeah, we think we got it bad here. Over in the sandbox, it's even worse. I'm a security guard and work 3 to 11 p.m., which is the hottest part of the day, and boy, does it cool, I bet. Last week it's in the high 90s. Ooh. Yeah. Reasons I'll never move to Texas. There's a lot of great things in Texas. I ain't dealing with the heat. I am not I don't do heat. Comes about it. See Noel, Kay, and Draco are airborne. And there we have the Upper Peninsula. Is beautiful. So that is Seulschoi Point. SEULSCHOIX Point. So I guess that's Seulschoi Point. That's a complete guess on my part, and I'm probably butchering it very horribly. So we're going to overfly Schoolcraft County Airport, just to the east of Manistee, Michigan. Which is right ahead of us. So there's the Schoolcraft County Airport. And just to the west of the airport is Manistee. Sporty Gumble's in the house. Good to see you. Having a good day so far. Hope you're well, my friend. Oh, someone's zipping along. Oh, that's just Viper phasing through. We're flying over. We took off at Beaver Island after a flight over the Mackinac Bridge from starting off in Alpena. We're now flying from Beaver Island all the way to Escanaba after overflying Manistee. %, 40, and we're going to eventually make our way to Oshkosh, because it's getting to that point in the season and we need to start coordinating a community event to fly into Oshkosh. There was Sault Ste. Marie for a year before you're nice. I love going and visiting the Sioux Locks. Even Google tries to pronounce the Sioux in Sault Ste. Marie as salt. It's funny. Made the Fabio Fair flight Greenland, Iceland. Yeah, that's an epic flight. I was able to join in for part of the Goose Bay to Narsarsuaq Greenland flight, and that was epic. Basra. I've been itching to take a trip up to Sault St. Ignace. Oh, nice. And down to Traverse City. That'd be cool. Only 31 C. Ooh, you're only 1 degree warmer than me. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the flight. It was pretty epic. So there we can see Schoolcraft County Airport. And we can see the town of Manistee. I don't blame you, Scott. Not at all. I couldn't do midnights, but to spare myself from the heat, I probably would. Now, see, my flight from Three Rivers to OSU, I could have very easily flew over Fort Wayne, had a much shorter flight. But I will do just about anything to not fly over Indiana. I don't want to have to drive in it. I don't want to have to fly over it. I'd much rather fly into Ohio. I avoid Indiana. But I'll fly into Wisconsin. Wisconsin's nice. Normally, no. I like the Diamond aircraft or the Bonanza. Haven't bought any add-on aircraft yet. Waiting for the bugs in both aircraft SK to get worked out. Graveyard is a better shift than evenings. I don't know. I've always been a second shifter. Just my physiology and my internal body clock has always lent itself to a second shift kind of vibe. So like mid-afternoon to late night. Yeah, mornings suck. Mornings suck, but I would take first shift over overnights. Personally. I can get used to, getting up. I can adjust my sleep schedule to work, early mornings. But I cannot, for the life of me, deal with third shift for very long. I can do it for a little while, but like a 10 to 6:30 just kills me because I just can't sleep during the day. Between temperature and just light, and even blocking out light, it just I've never adapted well to it. Which is funny because anytime I get told, oh, you'll get used to it, I have years of experience to tell you otherwise. I do adapt to a degree, but I am a miserable person working third shift. My body does not cope well. Look at that, look at that. Hello, Michigan. I knew how to run the equipment, so... Ooh. Yeah, I can work to 2 a.m. That's fine. It sucks during the day because their uniforms are solid black. Yeah, no doubts there. Ugh. Dark colors in high temperature with lots of sun. That doesn't sound like the recipe for heat stroke at all. So welcome to the Upper Peninsula. That is Indian Lake right here, which is odd because there's an Indian Lake near where I live and it's not this one. Yeah, I've gotten to the habit of just keeping a water bottle. It's just like, I have this at all times and I drink from it a lot. Hydrate. I had white polo shirts, didn't matter much with the Kevlar, and you touch anything and get them dirty. Yeah, I was never a fan of polos. It may not be mountainous, but man, it's still pretty. Like, I legit would not mind moving up to this area. I would have zero problems with it. Draco, very green. Yeah. Green is somewhere I could be happy. Because there's trees, there's lakes, there's rivers. And this is far from the big city. I get that nice country vibe of just quiet and peace. Last night I did a short flight from Pompano to Orlando, and I saw a dude with the name of Whoops. Yeah, it is, Draco. Like, if I could legit move and have a nice job, I'd go to the UP easy, without question. Oh, pardon me. Although I have also thought about moving, trying to get a job in like Cadillac. Living life up there, somewhere where that's out away from the big cities, but still have all the comforts of a decent sized city. Well, given his username, he's probably got plenty of time to do, or plenty of time to do whatever. Back in my band days, I played a gig up in the UP, opening for Ronnie James Dio at a Sky Lodge. It was amazing, and bugs the size of 7.4s. Yeah, that's the downside of moving out in the middle of nowhere. The bugs get bigger. Yeah, but that's Texas. I've always said that if I was going to move out of the state of Michigan, I'd move to Wyoming or western Colorado. But there's so much in Michigan that's just awesome. I mean, Texas is great, but it's hot in Texas. I don't deal well with... No. A lot of good things about Texas. Not a lot that would make me move there. Oh, I couldn't move it. I couldn't move at all right now anyway, even if I wanted to. Which I kind of do. But I there's no way I could afford to move right now anywhere. I couldn't move down the street if I wanted to. They could take the deer. Yeah, no kidding, Draco. 500 acres in the Hill County in East Texas. Planning with it. There you go. Mammoth is here. How you doing? Hope you're well. Montana would be neat. The winters would be rough. It's kind of like, I wouldn't mind South Dakota. North Dakota would be out of the question. You're talking about real nasty winters in North Dakota. My dad's been up there during some nasty winters. And a little too much. Good to hear, Mammoth. Good to see it in the chat. Hope you're enjoying the show. We had 10 acres south of Taylor, next to my wife's folks, sold at as much as I hate city life, I could never move from Texas as my home, and it's my heritage. There's nothing wrong with that at all. My dad will keep telling the story about how his grandparents, great-grandparents, had land up in the northern part of the lower peninsula with lots of land, and they sold it and they didn't need to. And I think he's kind of upset still that that land could have been, you know, passed down to generations, but it is what it is. It would have been nice, but oh well. Nothing I can do about it now. As in Bismarck, they're rather cold, but again, they're built for, yeah. 2 weeks I heard I head out to Arizona and Nevada and Nevada. Ooh, looking for property might be a short trip. Yeah! White House, that's a tailor. Nice. Got some oceanfront property in Arizona. If you're from North Arizona in the high country, you may find that you really like it, but it's pricey though. Okay, so we're still making our way. Big Bay Denok is. This is Big Bay Denok, everyone. There's a small town we just flew over. That is Nama. N-A-H-M-A. And they're probably wondering what's all this noise flying overhead. Ooh, I like cool books. I like cool books and I cannot lie. Something, I don't know, that's the most I can get. Shouldn't be. I'm at 2300 or 23 inches of manifold at 2300 RPM. I'm only going 127 knots indicated. 131 true. I got a headwind. 5 knot headwind. You're just slow. There you go. So yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. Ordering chaos by General Herman Balk. He was a quarter manager on the Eastern Front there. Ooh. We're on Scattered Clouds, Draco. Copy of James Fighting Ships was good. Good to get a big one too. Ooh. You remember Jane's F-15 Combat Sim? I never got the full appreciation of that. Never had a computer that could really run it proper. Check your ears a bit. Yeah, I'm not old enough for that one. I was born in the mid-'80s. I swear, Janes were like the predecessor to DCS without being Russian. Oh, you only got 5 years on me then. You're roughly the same age as my brother. Mammoth, I'm in Kingsville, just south of Corpus Christi. Originally from Milwaukee. I'm what they call a damn Yankee. The one that stayed. Nice. Well, happy early birthday there, Texas Law Dog. Fleet Command was my next favorite. Nice. I know Microprose is actually putting out a couple of interesting games. Not necessarily flight sims, but it's like, was it Fleet Admiral? I posted some of the stuff in the Two-Tone Murphy Discord. It looks interesting. They got a World War II one and a more modern, well, Cold War era one. They look pretty interesting. Oh, I remember that, but it was for DOS. I'd love to see more info on the Mighty 8 that Microprose is redoing. They're pretty tight-lipped about it. Nice. So there we have Escanaba. Right, yeah. This was kind of a shorter leg of the trip, if you will. I'm still on the fence with Cold Waters. I think the people making the modern Microprose Fleet Commander type game actually were the developers of Cold Waters. So I don't know if that kind of sways you in one direction or another, but I can't get into it for some reason. Sub warfare is a hard thing to get into in general. Oh, Trib. What you doing? This poor dude's probably like, what's going on? Why is there so many people? But I'm gonna join him. Air Shark 61. Alright, so there's... I'll make sure that we're losing altitude, so we're going back throttle. Cold, cool water. Marty Robbins is a good song. Ooh, the water. By the way, I was gonna say I'll play through 10 minutes. Jay Winokur with the 8-month streak. How you doing, dude? How's work treating you? We're about to make our second landing of the day. Here in Escanaba. Hello, Escanaba. Or as many of the locals seem to call it, Esky. Slow shift wanting to pop in? Well, I appreciate it, dude. I like the command modern from Slytherin Studios. Interesting. You have a good one, Scott. To get you a better chair, my dude. We'll catch you on Discord later. 4.5 hours into it. Pick up war on the Steam. I've got a buddy that's been looking for naval combat type games other than World of Warships. Hashtag Russian bias. glide slope. One notch of flaps in. Yeah, I never got into it just because naval warfare isn't really my thing. But I got some friends that are more into it, like my Coastie buddy. He likes that sort of thing, but I got a lot of friends that are getting tired of world warships, and they're from what I'm hearing, they're getting kind of silly in a lot of ways. Viper Strike likes battle station specific. Nice. Well, War on the Sea is like a war. Interesting. World of Warships where totally imaginary Russian CVs are totally OP, of course. But there's no such thing as Russian bias. Played Harpoon. And we're coming in for landing. There's Druid up there. Viper Strike's down. Botip's about down. Last notch of flaps. Still on glide slope. A little under glide slope. That's okay. A little bit of a bounce. So way down. Flaps coming up. Go off into the grass. Brake set. And steer cut. Into the drone camera. And whoop. Oh, cords. There's Noel down. Kingsman's in next. The Britain Norman Islander. Nicely done. There's Scorpio in the 182. There's Kozaki in. Scorpio's in. You have a good one, Shuffle Shoes. Glad you could make it for a little part of the trip, and we'll catch you on the next one. You take care, dude. War Thunder was a money pit. I could never get into the War Thunders and the World of Warships. I never could. They weren't my jam, as you might say. There's Chilled Corky coming in. I hear a turbo arrow. Or it might just be a regular arrow. And a DA-62, nice. Looks like Druid and Sean Lego Man, nice. And that be everybody. So welcome to Escanaba. Nice little area. Nice little humble little airport. Right on the edge of the lake. Zoom in here and kind of check out the shoreline a little bit. Now here's property for you. Get a house here, put out a little dock, have an airplane. That's golden right there. Star Citizen isn't a waste of money. I've never got into it, and there's a lot of things that tell me that it's probably for the better that I didn't get into it. I mean, it's Arma 3. I do have Arma 3, Texas. I used to be getting... I got Arma 3 originally to get into... They have a Halo mod, Project Trebuchet. Been kind of getting into 0 Hour a little bit, which is kind of a tactical Rainbow Six-y, original Rainbow Six-y type game. That's actually been pretty fun. It's more fun with friends though. It can be easily played solo, but stuff like that when you're trying to work as a squad, it's a lot easier with, you know, actual people. Okay, we're going to reboot the sim. Yeah, I hear a lot of things about it. It's just one of those things that's just like, eh. Never struck my fancy, as it were. DayZ is the right mod of armor gathering stuff on 100 players. See, that's the thing. I'm not a big PvP person. I've never been a big fan of PvP. Unless it's, you know, like a bunch of me and a bunch of my friends getting together to play, you know, like Halo or something. That I'm cool with. Playing with random people, don't care. Don't care for it. Not my jam. So, you know, things like DayZ never interested me. You know, zombies and stuff, not my jam. Played the Ancestor Arma 3, Operation Flashpoint solo. Must play Arma 3. Yeah, my first foray into that was the original Arma. Most of what I've done with any of the Arma series or even mods for it is just mess around in the map editor, and I'll just be like, I want to do this. I want to look at this and see how this works. Never really did anything. I feel that way about Tarkov. I'll watch it all day, but won't touch it. It's just I don't like if I'm gonna do something like I'm in the middle of the wilderness and I have nothing and I need to collect stuff, I want to do it PvE, so against the environment. And chances are I'll just go like load up Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 or New Vegas or something. You know, the post-apocalyptic types, you know, that kind of foraging for stuff. Yeah, Fallout's kind of where it's at. Elite Dangerous is awesome. I've heard good things about that one. Yeah, Tarkov, it seems like a lot of Tarkov players and are kind of like DCS, a lot of DCS folks. They're just toxic people. You know, I'll not say anything bad about all DCS players, but you know, a fair portion of DCS player users are just nasty against anything military and any other flight sim. It's ridiculous. Oh, there you go, Kozaki. I'll have to look into Elite Dangerous. I mean, I'm at the point where I'm just happy to be getting back into sim racing. That's been a joy of mine. I've been a big racing person forever, and I got into sim racing in like 2002, and kind of stepped away from it for, I don't know, 7 years or so, 7-8 years. And I've just got back into it the last couple of months, and it's been a great decision. It's a heck of an arm workout, though. Two big ones, mainly iRacing, but I've also been getting into Assetto Corsa Competizione. First foray into ACC was kind of like, I don't know what's going on here, but it's driving weird, but dialed in my wheel settings, and it's actually pretty good. New F1. I put F1 2020 on my wish list on Steam because I'm not the biggest F1 person, so it's something I'd like to dabble with, but I don't. It's not. Yeah, F1's never been my big go-to racing series, but I do find it interesting from just a driving perspective. So I've got F1 2020 on my Steam wish list. It's not something I want to spend a lot of money on, so I don't need the latest and greatest. But it definitely looks, Kingsman's off. You have a good one, my friend. You take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay warm. Granted, I don't think warm's a problem, but you just take care of yourself, my friend. Alright, now either flight or MMO. Fair enough. FS 2020 or the 100 Call of the Wild. Yeah, I've been either flight sim or iRacing or ACC. Played a little bit of 0 Hour over the weekend, but mostly it's been flying or racing, and honestly I've been doing more racing than flying lately. Alright, where are you? Flight Delta County to Whitman Regional. We're gonna do a flyover of Menominee, flyover of Green Bay on our way to Oshkosh. Set that minor. It's fine. Roger, JW. I just wish Metro was such a dog. It needs better. I haven't played it. I haven't tried playing it with peripherals. I think I only tried playing with keyboard and mouse. Chill Corky's off. You have a good one, my dude. We'll catch you next time. I played the crap out of MechWarrior 4, though. Holy crap, that was awesome. Such a good series of games. Never really got popular. Which is really unfortunate because it was a great set of games. Quiet warning. Alright, so mixture full. Prop forward. Throttle cracked. Clear prop. Tomb Raider, I played a lot of those games. I never got into Tomb Raider until the first in the reboot series, and then I never played the other one. I enjoyed the remake. or the reboot, whatever you want to call it. These back. We got a pits. Draco going with the Seminole this time around. Taxiway. Who knows if the taxiway names are even right? Notch of flaps in. Need strobe lights, nav lights, and landing. First game I remember playing was on the old Atari 2600 Dig Dug. I remember the Atari. That was my first console. Well, my family's first console. The first video game that I ever remember being just solely mine was Tank Commander. Or no, Chopper Command. Excuse me. And it was for the Atari 2600. Checker Man was fun. It was hard. Yeah. No doubt about that. I don't think I was ever any good at it, but... first game, ping pong on the stage. Pong, good old Pong. Now that's beachfront property. Here. Yeah, absolutely, Goblin. It's kind of shocking the difference. Oh dear. We're just doing all kinds of weird stuff. But we got one more on the ground and we're good, so time to activate. Centipede? Oh yeah. And the millions of variations based on it. Snake. Unless it was something else that I'm thinking of. It probably is. Okay, call flaps in. 23 inches. 2300 RPM. Frogger. Oh yeah, play the crap out of Frogger. My sister had a Pac-Man clone that was called Mousetrap. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Oh, video games, how far you've come. Can't say as I do, Kozaki. Pac-Man Fever? Not ringing any bells. First game on Atari 2600 I had was Asteroids with Mom and I. Nice. Remember Missile Command? Yeah, man. It's funny how simple they were yet difficult. You know, even like the original Mario game, the original Super Mario Brothers. You had you couldn't save your game. You had very little power-ups. It was ridiculous. Absolutely. If that's something you're willing to do. I never played Pitfall, but I remember Pitfall. I'm not finding it. Seems not finding it there. Unless I'm spelling something wrong. Think I got you? Behold the power of running 2 computers. Look at that. I'm flying the Players to Car race with CDL on Saturday, so I have to miss. No worries, Kozaki. It's a good thing I'm doing a bonus stream on Friday, since Murph is not going to be around to fill the time slot. I will be doing a bonus stream on Friday in Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'll be doing a race in the Ferrari 488, 488, 588 in the Ferrari GT3 car at Monza. So that should be fun. Awesome, dude. Got Sean Lego Man out over the lake. There's Drew Azus. Kozaki's out there. Viper Strike up ahead. Bottom. There's Air Shark 61 Scorpio. And Noel. And Draco. And I probably missed somebody. That's okay. And this sim, I'm telling you, it drives me up a wall, because it gives views like this that just put me in a state of awe, but it can also be infuriating from time to time, just with the headaches that it can cause. And it's just, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Oh, what now, phone? Let's see. I don't know who that is off the top of my head, to be honest. Roger that, Draco, or Texas. Loud dog. I will get you added in Flight Sim. So many trees near the lake. Oh, HATC guys. I can't say that I have, but I'll definitely check them out, Kozaki. I do like me a Cessna 310. I don't think we'll ever see the one from Milviz. I have the same. It goes in waves, Mammoth. For me, it goes from being stable and beautiful and awesome to just crashing a lot. I never understand what it all depends on, you know, how it's feeling that day. And it's a love-hate relationship with Flight Sim. It's like I love it, but it can just drive me to the brink of rage. And I keep coming back. Unless you're talking about your whole system, then that's definitely not a good thing. See, I get a lot. I see a lot of people really love the TBM. I still can't find the appeal. I don't have anything bad to say about it by any stretch of the imagination. It's just I've never found an appeal towards it for myself. No kidding. I mean, I call the Caravan a 18 or a 172 on steroids, but and it's just like with the G3000, I don't know, I don't get that. I'm not necessarily a fan of the G1000. I love me steam gauge. But that's fair. The Caravan is slow. There's no getting around it. The Caravan is not fast. It gets there when it gets there kind of plane. Sending it into a high altitude, high speed, it's greater, but that's fair. There's nothing wrong with the King Air, other than, you know, by default, not a lot of it works. A lot of the switches and stuff are in op. Never cared for this out. I'll never trash it. I've never. It's like James May, and it never gave me the fizz. You know, you give me a Warbird, I'm all over that. Pardon me. My first thought was my new computer and reinstalled it a couple times, so it links is sporadic. Yeah. I know it's Flight Sim has a tendency to be more problematic with the Steam version and also with AMD GPUs. So there is that as well. I don't know if that's even relevant to what you're dealing with, but maybe I was just separating PS5. It's not good. So this over here could be technically considered Lake Michigan, but we're actually in Green Bay. Well, we're not in it, but we're next to it. Oh, goodness, what in the world? Well, we'll definitely be doing a quick flyover of Green Bay, the city. This is just Green Bay, the bay. You could definitely land a goose in here. Texans? I'm not the biggest football fan in general. If I have to root for any team, and especially knowing that they suck, I will always be a Lions fan. Because I root for the home team. Although in Texas, you got a few different teams to choose from. Green Bay, home of the Cheeseheads. Oh, excuse me. And we love, yeah. It's not even loving. It's just we expect it. It's just Detroit sports in general. It's like when they're on it, they're on it. But when they're not on it, which is most of the time, it's just like, it's kind of expected as much. Glutton for punishment. I did at one time have both Steam and standalone version on it, but have since removed the Steam. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not sure, man, if it's... There's no rhyme or reason to making Flight Sim stable, and it's frustrating as all get out. I wish I could help. I really do, but I don't know. That's exactly right, Draco. I need to try it again, Kozaki. I know they added it just until Flight Sim properly does differential thrust. I have a feeling that we're going to get a lot of water improvements, water handling improvements with the big update in July. I really think because they're advertising adding floats to default planes and stuff, so here's hoping that they make water handling better in general. Sort of how Iceland is green and Greenland is ice. Yes. I still think the issues are, I think a lot of them are. The Goose is such a wonderful plane. And even for being an FSX model with some good retexturing, it really hides a lot of the crimes of it being an old model. Oh, I don't have any doubt that the Catalina is coming from somebody down the line, but I really love the L19. I love classic Cessnas. I'm a sucker for them, which is why I'm really excited for the Cessna 170 from Carenado, and I'm really shocked that it didn't release last week. So I'm really hoping for this week. I am a sucker for the classic Cessnas. Catalina's nice too. Whenever I think of the PBY Catalina, I always think of the movie Always and just the opening scene. The two dudes asleep on a fishing boat. Well, one dude's asleep, the other's fishing. And it's just this long shot, and then off in the background you see the Catalina land filling up for water and just coming right at the boat. It's such a great scene. I forget who did it as well, but I think it's basically they're doing it by contract of Asobo. But the JU-52 definitely looks good. I'd love to have a Ford tri-motor. So here we are at about to go over Menominee, which is our last point that is in Michigan. After we cross the river, we shall be in Wisconsin. I think it's the same guy that did that one, Law Dog. I think it's the same guy that did that one. Heard a lot of people talking about it. There's our VOR. Not that, not that we're actually tuned to the VOR, but it's there. Yeah, on the one hand, I'm sad that I missed out a lot of flight sim development, not being really hard into flight simming over the last 10 plus years. But on the other hand, it saved me a lot of money. Yep, that's the VOR right there. So as soon as we go over it, we'll start turning. Bet you anything. And it's a slight turn, but we turn. The guy who will make the JU-52 for MSFS is Oliver Fisher. Made a JU-52 for FS 2004. Fly with FSX is very good. Nice. Catalina is such a classic. Such a unique design, too. It's probably one of the last great flying boats, or as Murph would call them, sea boats. Got a couple of folks doing at least a touch and go at Menominee. And you got them sky planes. Those road cars. Has anyone gone back to FSX and done? Yeah. Yes. So over the winter, at one point in time, I decided to load up FSX. I still have it installed, and I don't know why. I went to Ireland because I was just like, you know, I never flew in Ireland. I stuck pretty close to home when it came to FSX. I never really adventured too much. But I decided to fire up FSX, fly into Ireland, or fly around Ireland. Tried flying from it was probably Casement to Shannon, and holy cow, it looked like a desert. It was bad. It was so bad. That it did, Law Dog. Yeah, it's just like, oh, we've come so far. And a lot of people have gotten it, are coming from like X-Plane 11 and stuff. It's like, I never, before this, the last flight sim I ever messed with was the FSX. So it's just like a complete departure from anything I was used to. Yeah. And it kind of goes back to, I think that Microsoft Flight Sim is really benefiting from all those years of add-on development, where a lot of add-on companies have a lot of a good starting point for a lot of add-on aircraft, which is one of the reasons why I think why a lot of the prices, add-on prices, are lower, and why they're coming out relatively quickly. It's just, they've had so many years to develop a lot of these add-ons, especially when it comes to aircraft, that they have that to start with going into developing for this instead of just starting from scratch. That's not just because Kelly code name Strawberry 5 was responsible for setting the Gumo's Kudo Butai by sending main body to notes. Mammoth, I bought the DC-6 because it's the only prop plane I could find with enough range to reach wide, but after finally learning how to start it, could not get it to take off. Are you using the AFE, or are you doing it by the checklist? I can fly the Dassault Rafale in FSX, yeah. And a lot of those planes are going to be coming to MSFS without a doubt. It's just the SDK needs some maturing, which it's been doing at an exponential rate. DX12 is going to help a lot of that. We're seeing a lot more implementation of particle effects, which is awesome. And a lot of the particle effects and I think even the avionic systems are starting to be able to be more complex in this sim. It's just taking a lot of learning. What doesn't help is the fact that the SDK is still evolving, it's still maturing, and it makes it difficult to really, get a lot of that stuff done when the sim itself is in a state of flux. And I think with the Xbox release and the DX12 release, it's going to help a lot of that. But I don't know much of the back end, so I could be, just be dumb. Which I probably am. I wish someone would do the World War II. I'm glad that we have the Corsair, the P-40, and the Spitfire. I'm waiting for a Wildcat, personally. I cannot wait for the F4F Wildcat. I mean, you're not entirely wrong. It's almost like getting something that's early access, though. Ooh, yeah. I know that, I think Just Flight are working on a B-17, but the Heinkel 111, ooh, that's going to be nice. I don't know, Mammoth. I don't know. I've always used the AFB. I don't know what to tell you. Dauntless would be great. B-25 would be great. And A-26 would be amazing. Really can't wait for a C-47, because once we get a proper C-47, I'm going to trace the routes of the 101st Airborne drops over Normandy. And hopefully, if I can find the flight bands, I'd like to do it over Market Garden as well. Yep. So, Aeroplane Heaven's working on a P-51D, as well as a couple of Spitfires in the DC-3, but they're not releasing anything from the looks of it. B-25 would be classic. Absolutely classic. I'm really hoping that with the Top Gun release later in the year, that it adds proper aircraft carriers. So, you know, they're going down the ocean, they're essentially sailing into the wind, which would be cool. But I hope that also makes it so, you know, folks can make like World War II carriers, because that would be amazing. You know, aircraft carriers from different eras. How cool would that be? P-38 would be great. Kozaki, like the B-26, like Special K, the A-26, the Douglas, or the oh crap, who see the Martin, the Martin or Douglas B-26. Being in DC so we can summon them out of paratrooper. That would be awesome. I have an extension that places random carriers. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I've seen that add-on. I've been hesitant to install that one, just because some of them are scaled weird to be like too big. The Douglas, the A-26 Special K. Like, I follow a Facebook page for an A-26 Special K that's the K model. And they've restored it, and it's the only one, as far as I know, that's flying. Really cool page to follow. AC-130, that'd be fun. Aha! I do have the hard deck simulations carrier add-on. I haven't gotten much use out of it, but I don't think outside of the T-45 we don't have a proper Navy jet, so, and it's hard to do on streams because generally like the low and slow for the group flights, but carriers are fun from time to time. Roundabouts. Ugh. Oh, look, airport. Don't know what airport, but it's an airport. What airport is that? Hello, Sky Vector. This is Okanto Bake Airport. Kilo Oscar Charlie, Quebec. So we're halfway between Menominee and Green Bay. Ooh, there's a city that I'm not going to name on stream because that could go badly very quick. I don't remember the microphone says I've heard of them. Boost Boy 180, good to see you. Hope you're well. We're flying from Escanaba, Michigan, on our way down to Oshkosh, Wisconsin. We're almost over Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're on the East USA server. Yeah, 100% Kazaki. I'd love to get some World War II carriers, like proper sailing in the wind, which is what I'm really hoping for with the Top Gun DLC slated for the fall. Because they teased a carrier, which if they do what I'm hoping that they do, giving it proper, actual function where it's going to move around, I'm going to be a very happy camper. I remember seeing both of those two. Never messed with them though. I'd love for someone to make some landable aircraft carriers that somebody can actually pilot. Be on, control the ship and have different camera angles and whatnot, and watch people actually land on your ship. That'd be awesome. I think that's asking a little too much, but it'd be nice. Basically. How you doing, GNAC? But you can actually, steer the ship, and I don't know. It'd be cool. But it is Flight Simulator, so. I'll tell you, they had a game called Ship Simulator where you could actually. Right. Oh no, I just think it'd be, because people have done that with FSX. Made pilotable, landable carriers and stuff. I think it's only a matter of time before that starts happening in this. It'd be cool. But I'm not going to get my hopes up either. That's asking a lot. Speaking of Corsairs, got a Corsair there. Sail pirate ship, nice. Yeah, GNAC, I agree. Since they had a bunch of add-ons where you could pilot up the pirate piers, nice. CV6, Enterprise. No, wait. I'm pretty sure that Enterprise was CV6. It wasn't, it's probably CV9. Yep, Enterprise, CV6. So that there is Green Bay, Wisconsin, home of the Cheeseheads. Not even making that one up. So we're almost we're closing in on Oshkosh. We're roughly 23 minutes or so. I just watched the old History Channel series from the early 2000s called Enterprise. It was a 10-part. Yeah. Yeah. Back when History Channel was actually, you know, the History Channel. And I miss the old History Channel. Back when the History Channel was good. Their battleship and a cruiser, and I don't know, this is nice. And fly railroad trucks to the airport. Oh, trucks. Where did I get trucks? No, I'm just gonna follow the AP. Yeah. Look at me now, like Pawn Stars, we give me a break. That's, yeah, like Pawn Stars isn't history though, and it's just like, now that's almost reality TV, and that should be on a different channel. Like history should. I love, you know, my grandpa used to catch a little bit of grief for watching the History Channel almost constantly, and some of it was deserved, but the History Channel was just, it had such good information, and you know, different programs would tell different things and different nuances about, you know, the past, and I really enjoyed it. Parrot 66 is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. We're flying over Green Bay on our way to Oshkosh. I remember Mail Call. Oh, Mail Call was great. But I love the series Dogfights. But they've started putting a lot of those stuff on the History Channel YouTube page, which is great. And I love watching those. They tell you the tactics of how the planes would do the thing and the maneuvers and the stories behind them is awesome. Yeah. Like, the Ancient Aliens things, is like, sometimes it was just like, okay, nuanced and interesting, whatever, but sometimes it's like they go a little too far out into the woo, trying to explain stuff. I'm not saying it was aliens, but aliens. To be fair, that guy, the meme guy, I think he just he inadvertently became a meme just by being him. I am the woohoo. Speaking of aliens, it always makes me think of the episode of Home Improvement. And it ends with, you know, a prank on the kids. And they play Inagata-Davida. Oh, that was a classic episode. That was a great show. They just make stuff up that sounds like a good story, all speculation. That makes sense. That makes for good TV. That's what you get. That's how you get ratings. Very cool. He's a kid who stuck his friend. Whoa! History and Discovery need to go back to what they were. Yeah. I agree. I mean, the CIA preliminary report on UFO just out. That ought to be interesting. Meddling teenagers and your dog, too. So we're about to fly over the Green Bay VOR, which I'm going to suspect is this little guy in the middle of the field. We're kind of violating the Class C airspace, but it's flight sim. Do you remember show the how to shoot out? Sounds familiar. So there's the Green Bay International Airport. That's lame, Goblin. It's still it's an UFO. It's funner. It's more fun to say UFO than UAP. All 9 pages read it 10 times. It was returned without saying much. Doing a roundtable discussion on the podcast the next day. Oh, nice. I loved any show that had Arlie Ermy attached to it. Jay Winokur has returned just in time to be over Green Bay. Mail call, lock and load. Oh, they're so good. Hey, JW, you got to meet the Gunny once, didn't you? Or did you just get an autograph? Okay, yeah. He was so good. He was so good at this role, he got promoted after his time of service to Gunnery Sergeant. Drill Instructor Hartman. Audio Platypus 99. I love seeing the random gamer tags in this. It's great. Tried to find the USS Lexington in Corpus when I first got the sim, but couldn't find it. Yeah, they deleted a lot of weird stuff that didn't seem like they should delete it, but they did. Yeah. Well, one of the most famous Marines, depending on what circle you're in. Yeah, probably. I'd subscribe to that. Mad Dog Mattis. Of course, there's Chesty Pullard. Not just because of his funny name. He was a Marines Marine. Johnny Ermy, Al Schmidt, Robert Lucky. Hoorah. You can almost see Lake Winnebago. Actually, by almost see, I mean you can totally see Lake Winnebago. I love that it's Lake Winnebago because it's such a great name, Winnebago. You have a good one, Noel. Thanks for flying along. We'll catch you on the Discord and stuff. And in the next one. Always happy to have you along. Yeah. Don't get an argument out of me. That's awesome, Noel. That's always good to hear. You know, for the lack of terrain, it's still pretty. The lighting, the clouds. This sim, I'm telling you. You know, and I've seen the X-Plane 11 that they're revamping their stuff and you know, their lighting engine and it looks great. But I know that they've said in the past that that Austin is very much against doing satellite imagery for the ground, which I think is kind of silly in this day and age. I mean, it kind of, from a cost perspective, it makes sense, but at the same time, when you got government contracts, you probably can afford to do that sort of thing. But I still think. I think having the competition between X-Plane, whatever they're doing, and this is going to be good. It's going to be good for us as the end user. You know, and I fully acknowledge that, you know, Flight Sim has a ways to go when it comes to systems. They've got the visual. And we're in a day and age where you can have the systems, you can have that in-depth stuff, but you can still have the visuals. And I think X-Plane's working towards that, but it's hard to argue with the satellite imagery for VFR flying. It does. It's just developers need to be willing to do the innovating. I cannot say that I've read that, Kozaki. There's a lot of things that I wish I could say that I've read that, or I've listened to that, or I've watched that I can't say that I have. So it really did, GNAC. I mean, it suffers in the realm of the systems for like the big jets, but for someone like me that doesn't really care about the big jets, it's perfect. They knocked it out of the park. And some of the little niggly bits for the smaller aircraft avionics, yeah, and they're working on them. You know, they partnered up with like Working Title, who's taking care of the Garmins, which I hope Working Title does their own version of the 530 and the 430, because as of late I've had lots of issues with the PMS 50 version, so I've actually uninstalled it. That and the way they do updates is hard to track of, do I have the latest version? Do I not have the latest version? You know, Working Title really set a bar with just their naming convention of, okay, this is our version, this is what we're doing. PMS 50, it's just, they have no convention on, okay, this is the latest version number, and it's confusing, so I never know when they have an update. Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, this has... And I honestly think that it'll go past 10. Because I think they've said that they're going to support it for at least 10. I could definitely see it getting moved in, you know, just continue on. So this is Appleton. A lot of folks will fly to Appleton and drive down to Oshkosh, or at least stay in Appleton and drive down to Oshkosh during AirVenture. We already got the real lights. Colonel Headquarters. Ooh. Sounds interesting. And I cannot wait to go to AirVenture again. It's such a great event. Experience even. Yeah. I'd believe that, Kazaki. I'd believe that. Because as much as some of us complain about the stability, myself included, it's still not quite a year old post-release, or, you know, being publicly available. And they're working very diligently to make it better. And I respect that. I say a lot of things in the frustration, in the heat of the moment, out of frustration. But at the end of the day, I really applaud what they're doing and what they have achieved with this. And it's truly amazing. You know, and they're gonna keep making it better. I've no doubt in my mind. But for folks like me that fly VFR, you know, fly out the window more than in the cockpit, so to speak. Like, I don't do a lot in the way of instrument approaches and that sort of thing. It's not what I grew up with. I like looking at the scenery, seeing the world. For me, it's never been better. I post Griffin's well for years and they're still in this. Yeah. But Jay went. Oh, yeah, I thought that was different. Yes. That's what I only said for the last 2 weeks or so. I haven't wanted to say anything like that because when I say stuff like that, it all changes. Goblin has the VOR for Oshkosh. Roger that. We have the real lights. So we're going to turn to the south. We're going to turn 180 and then begin our descent. Hornfleischer's Last of the Tin Can Sailors is an awesome read. Battle. Nice. Thanks for flying along, Viper. On 17. Fly out over the lake, get a nice approach in. There's Druid. Sean Legaman's over there. know the airport's right over yonder. So there's runway 27 down there. This is the big runway. This is the Aeroshell Square. Main terminal's over here. In fact, I've spent many a night camped out in the parking lot, roughly adjacent to the main terminal building. When is Oshkosh? I think this year it's... I don't have the exact dates, but it's at the end of July. We are planning a big meetup at Oshkosh the end of next July. So in 2022, we're planning a big community meetup there. Kozaki's going to try the dots for Roger that. If he's at an eye clinic, we have a lot of free time, so nice. Security guard at an eye clinic? Interesting. See the airport loading in. Well, you know, it makes for a better experience, in my opinion. And put one notch of flaps for approach. Got the seaplane base over there. I wonder if this is going to do anything special. I would imagine they will. The plane. There's Druid coming in on runway 1A. Oh, ooh. That's not good, Draco. Draco, by chance, are you running the PMS50 GNS 530 mod? Ah, Goblin's just flying over. Sean Lego Man's coming in. Second notch of flaps in. Huh. I'll go. There goes that thought. Ah! Oh wait. I was gonna say I don't know if I even have the scenery installed or not. I think I did. Sometimes I can't remember what I had for breakfast the same day. Tons of uses for 500. Tell me about it. I'm so full of useless information, it's not even funny. Fly 737, glad to see ya. Usually I'm right around 30, give or take a few. Nope. Last notch of flaps. Interesting. Low. Speed. Power. There's a red dot. See, I'm not a 60 FPS person. I'm not so worried about 60 FPS. I get all the frames that I need. But I appreciate the insight, though. We're gonna park it up right here. Parking brake sets. Avionics off. Lights off. You're out. Continue. And now we watch landings. Spot up is in. I appreciate that, Fly 737. Like I said, I do appreciate the insight. It's just I'm of the vintage of I'm used to like 15 FPS. So close to 30, I'm happy as a clam. Alright. So this runway does have dots. It has the orange, the teal, and white for this one. So runway 27 is now open for landings here at Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Oh, needs a 3090 someday, yeah. So, quick look at the terminal building. If you've ever been to the airport, that should look very familiar. This parking lot, I've camped at this parking lot a lot. So we'll go ahead and hide me. There's Scorpio and a Bonanza. Right on his heels is Kozaki. There's Drew Zeus. The official name is Whitman Regional. Kilo Oscar Sierra Hotel. And just imagine all these areas over here and back over here and throughout here filled with airplanes. And over here and just further on to the left, it's just airplanes everywhere. And that's AirVenture. I think the Bonanzas are usually in this area over here. There's Sean Legoman in the DA62. Just over the orange dot. Whitman Regional. There's Air Shark coming in with the low pass. Hypersonic Nerd, how you doing, dude? Hope you're well. There's an actual graveyard for military aircraft that's turned into some. Yep, that's down in Arizona or New Mexico. Montham Air Force Base, I believe. Ailerons into the Wind is here. It's where the Flying Cowboys are. I have a Scrappy to steal. Ticket you fly. I don't, but I've been around aviation my whole life. So, I don't fly myself yet, but it's something I've been working towards. I've just been around it. Yeah, it's Yeah, I think it's Montham Air Force Base down in New Mexico. There's our Air Shark. Is that everybody in already? I'll be. So, welcome to Oshkosh, Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So just imagine, all of this area here, down in here, all the way here, all the way in here and there, and just airplanes everywhere. It's nuts. We're gonna do a brief tour of the airport because we can. I forgot the flight logs, so I'm not too worried about that. Get flight. Absolutely, ailerons. Just got a buzz tower. Do not like it here, I suppose. Yeah, we will. It's time. Oh, if you can get advice, coach. Price sailplane is cheap. Who was saying that? Fabio was saying that yesterday. It's definitely something I'll look into. I'm going to take a nice group shot real fast because YouTube needs thumbnails. For when I upload it to YouTube. Alright, so I'll zoom that back out. Just planes everywhere. This is the Warbirds area. This is one of the main entrances here. So there's a bus stop, and you register. They've got a registration booth and everything right there. I think this is usually the Warbirds area. They've got workshops and classes and stuff in all of these buildings. Yeah, and then you've got Aeroshell Square here. You've got the main exhibitor buildings here. I mean, there's booths and tents and you name it all throughout here. This is, as it says, the world's busiest control tower, and it's true. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I should have known that. You've got the... I think this is the Theater in the Woods. Where's the Theater in the Woods? This is a grocery store in a barn right over here. And these areas right here just filled with campers. Just RVs and campers and stuff just filled. You've got the EAA Museum over here with their own little Pioneer airstrip. The Fly Mart, last I knew, was over in this area, which is like a flea market, but flying stuff. Over here is where they have like ultralights and RC planes. Although I think they also use this strip. Maybe. Got purple dot, you've got the yellow dot. And this taxiway also ends up being a runway during the event. It's just crazy how big this is. There you go. It is enormous. So yeah, this is just the airport. And just like I said, imagine it filled with airplanes all along here and here and here and here and here and here. Just everywhere. They'll keep planes over here even. And on this taxiway, runway thing. I mean, they're just everywhere. Just airplanes everywhere. You could spend the entire week there and not do everything and not see everything. I've slept right here. Then you catch the bus over here. well, over here-ish. Whitman Regional Hertz. Oh, Oshkosh. I think there's an IHOP over here somewhere. Great time. Taxi on the grass on fly-in day for the show aircraft. Some of them, I mean, all the parking here this is literally turned into aircraft parking. I mean, on the approach end and everything. And in here and all over the shop. If there's grass, there's airplanes parked there. Basically, that's not going to be immediately encroaching on the operations area. It's just nuts. I think they use this taxiway for some of the larger aircraft. There's classic aircraft parked all along here. And all in here. It's nuts. Absolutely. I'd love to go this year and get ready and take pictures for next year to hype everybody up. But it's such a great event. Let's see where. So, with that said, I'm sure they will. I'm sure we will at some point. I'd bet someone in the Orbix world or even Jeppesen could do something about it. But all that being said, thank you so much for everybody for flying along, being in the chat, and having a great time with me, keeping me company. It really means a lot to me. All the new subscriptions, all the new faces, thank you for checking out the channel and hanging out and flying along or just chatting along. Really do appreciate it. But until next time, stay tuned to the Discord, because we're usually chatting in there. But be good to each other. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time. Take care.